I want to believe that I'm beautiful without nobody having to tell me. I want to be confident in my hair. I want to be confident in my skin. I want to be confident in my characteristics and my personality. I don't want to water myself down. And that's what I think self-love is you get into to the roots of who you are and being okay with who you are. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's Nefertiti and I'm back with another video. What's going on, y'all? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. If you're new here, welcome. If you're already subscribed, welcome back to the channel. I'm not really feeling super excited right now because I wanted to come on here and talk about self-love and also expose myself. Yeah, and I don't know, I might post it, I might not, but I wanted to expose myself because maybe you guys hearing about what I've been dealing with or how I've been will help you in some type of way. So let's talk about self-love. What does it really even mean to love yourself? We hear it all the time. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself before you date. You have to love yourself. You have to love who you are. But what does that mean? What does it really mean to love yourself? What does it even mean to love? Do we even know how to love, you know? And I was sitting here just thinking, like, stuff was coming to my mind about all the decisions that I've made, a lot of decisions I've made in my life that basically proved to me that I do not love myself. And it saddens me in a way because I know it's a slap in God's face. I know it is. But I had to think to myself, not to justify myself, but I've really never known how to love myself. Like, to a point, but I've really never known how to love myself and truly be confident in all that I am. I've never gotten to that point yet. And so, forgive me if you watch my videos and you heard me say, just love yourself, love yourself. It's so easy to just say that. And now that I sit and evaluate all the decisions I've made that basically showed me that I don't love myself, I understand why there's women out there that get surgeries. I understand why men feel like they have to have money to even get a woman. Like, I understand why people do certain things. Not saying that it's right, but I see where they're coming from to a point because there's something there. There's something there as far as the insecurity. There's something there that they're lacking. There's something there that where their self-love is missing. And so let me just expose myself, you know, and then we'll get into it. So earlier, right, I took my hair out and I, let my natural hair be out. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I went and got a perm. And just not too long ago, y'all seen I made a video about loving your hair, right? And I really do like the hair that I have. And I'm upset because I'm like, I went and got a perm and it stripped my texture, which that's what happens when you get a perm. It takes away your natural texture. Like, you can see it's curly, but my hair was way curlier than this. Like, when I tell you spirals, like when you pull it down, it springs back up. That's how my curls were. And as soon as I did it, I felt guilty. I felt wrong because I am wrong. And I haven't put a perm in my hair so long. And I had to look back and I was like, why am I like this? Like, why is it that I felt like I had to put a perm in my hair? I have a lot of hair and it's full and it's a lot to work with. It is. However, like I said before, God makes no mistakes when he makes us. So God obviously gave me the hair texture I have for a reason. But anyways, I had to sit and think, like, why would I go get a perm? Well, I had to think about my patterns from the past. Why did I get a perm before? Why was I always getting perms before? One, because I didn't love my hair. I wasn't confident in my hair. Why? Because I believed what people said to me, and that's where I went wrong. But again, I didn't understand what it meant to love myself, so I would go off of what other people would say. People would say, oh, my hair is nappy, or it's too much, or it's, they always talk, like, say negative things about my hair. And then you see in the media, like, if you don't have like long curly hair or straight flowy hair, then your hair is bad, or you have a bad grade of hair. So I would perm my hair so that way people wouldn't talk bad about my hair. when really the problem was I didn't love my hair. There was a part of me that had an insecurity, and instead of me working on that insecurity, I tried to dilute myself, kind of like water myself down. And then I looked at it because it became a pattern, not just with my hair. I got breast reduction a couple months ago. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My chest, and then I'm keeping it real with y'all. So if you're believers on here, if you're Christians on here, and you have a problem with what I'm about to say, and you think I'm saying too much, and I'm getting too, what's it called, too graphic for you, whatever. If it's too much for you, you don't have to watch this video. But I'm going to keep it all the way real. I'm about to keep it all the way 100 about insecurities, all that. I'm going to keep it real about me. I am not sugarcoating nothing. So if you don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry. You can click off of this. You do not have to watch it. But I got a breast reduction a couple months ago, right? And look, my chest was really big. Like, I was a triple D, and my boobs was almost 30 pounds. And when I tell you, every single day I'd wake up with my back would hurt. I would be like this, hunched over. Sometimes I would cry because I just couldn't get comfortable. Shirts, I had to always get shirts a certain size. Shirts didn't look right on me. And I went and got a breast reduction because I felt like I would be more, I don't know what I thought. I thought I was going to be more confident with the fact that I got a breast reduction. And again, what did I felt? I felt guilty because I'm changing what God has given me. It's one thing, now I ain't going to lie to you. I want to lose weight. I want to lose a certain amount of weight. So what I should have did was really just kept to a diet, like a good, like eating healthy like I usually do, but really stick with it and work out like I usually do. And just stick with it and keep going, and then see if I could lose weight naturally instead of trying to go physically change. But again, I felt a little bit insecure because my boobs were so big. They were just in the way. Like, you see my boobs before you see me. Like, seriously. And I just felt like I wasn't cute in clothes, and certain shirts I had to wear. I just didn't feel like confident or whatever. And I was like, so I went and got a breast reduction. And I ain't gonna lie to you, to a point I regret it, only because I regret doing that because God gave me my body. And it's like a slap in his face again. But I don't on the other end, because I feel so much better. I feel like I can do anything. I went running on the track. I like to work out. I like to run and stuff, but my boobs were so big that they would bleed from moving too much, like from doing too much, like jumping up and running type stuff. It felt so good to just be able to do stuff and not feel a burden on my back. But that showed me, okay, even with the surgery, right? And there's all, and when we say self-love, right, as women, we'll be like, okay, love yourself, girl, love on yourself, girl, go love on yourself. Besides getting your hair done and weave, besides getting fake lashes, besides getting fake nails, besides getting surgery in your lips, besides getting surgery on your body, besides changing anything about yourself, what does it mean to love you? What does it mean to love yourself? And I had to think to myself, like, because I like to get my nails done, lashes done, all that, and I haven't in a while, but that's usually what I like to do, right? And if I wasn't doing that, what does it mean for me to love on myself? And today, I had an epiphany, and I believe this is God showing me, like, you have to get down to the root of really, like, loving yourself. What does it mean to love me? And this is what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I ain't gonna sit here on here like talk to y'all like I know it all, like I have all the answers, because I really don't. And I'm about to start my journey from today on learning how to love who God has made me to be. And I want to say another thing when it comes to insecurities. Again, when I said there's a root, and I keep on making decisions where it's like I'm changing myself because I feel like, maybe I'm not pretty enough if I don't get a perm, or I don't feel confident enough in my body because my boobs were too big. And then now I was sitting and thinking about my personality. Like, you guys see me on here, a lot of times, like, I'm chill, or I'm like really hype, but I'm like, how I really am is like, I could be calm, but I'm like really goofy. I can be loud. I'm just a lot. I say random stuff. We will literally be sitting there talking about something, and I will say something that came from Mars. Like, I don't know. I'm just, this is just who I am. I'm like, I laugh a lot. I'm like a big kid for real. I'm very mature, but I'm like a big kid. And I realized that I've always dumbed myself down. I've always watered myself down to make other people comfortable. Again, why? Because I didn't love myself, y'all. And I'll say I don't love myself. I cannot sit here and say that I completely love myself. I cannot say that. But so when I would come around certain people would be like, "Oh, you're too loud," or you be doing too much, or you talk too much, because I do talk a lot, especially when I'm explaining things. I feel like I have to tell the whole story for you to get what I'm saying. And I'll sit there and be like, dang, like maybe it is annoying that I be talking and telling a whole story instead of just getting to the point, which I gotta work on that. But I'm like, well, maybe it is annoying that I'm loud, or maybe it is annoying that I'm goofy and I like to laugh. And when I'm around certain people, there's certain parts of me that I won't show, because I know where certain people it's gonna annoy them. You know what I mean? So certain people feel like I talk too much. So when I come around those people, I don't talk that much. Certain people feel like, oh, she's too goofy, or she be doing too much. So when I'm around those certain people, I won't be goofy. Some people say that I'm way too deep, because I'm very, very deep. Baby, honey, child, I always feel like there's a root to everything. You're not supposed to just look at the surface of things. I always go deeper than what it seems, okay? And again, people will say, oh, you're too deep, you're too deep, you look too much into things, like, and I'm like, okay. And then when I'm around people like that, I feel like, okay, I can't be that deep, because it's, it bothers them. And you know what? I really need to stop doing that. I have a few people that I love and I'm around. I can be my true self around. But I can honestly say I am only my true self around certain friends, not even family. I'm keeping it real with you. I am not Nefertiti all the way around my family. I'm like chill, I'm quiet, I'm more reserved. But now I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to water down myself no more. I don't. I just want to be who I am. This is who God made me. If I am too much for you, I am just too much for you. I always feel like I'm too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very, you see it, very vibrant. I'm very loud, very strong. I'm very passionate. My hair, I have a lot of hair. It's big. You know what I'm saying? It's not really long at the moment, but it's big. It's big. I'm random. I need to learn to embrace who I am. Of course, there are areas in my life that I should work on. And, I ain't going to lie to you. I try to. God reveals to me what I need to work on. And baby, honey, I do. I begin to start working on it. I pray about whatever areas are toxic, or whatever areas I need to work on. And I'm doing that. But when it comes to the characteristics, when it comes to who God made me, I don't want to water myself down. Even the fact that I love God and I talk about God. There's certain people, they don't want to hear it because they feel like you're talking too much about God, and they feel like you're being too religious. You're being, oh well, I'm tired of, I don't want to talk too much about God because I don't want to run them away. You don't want to hear about them, run away then. I don't want to have to come in the room and have to be too quiet because you feel like I talk too much. I don't want to have to try to be too proper because you feel like I'm too random. People say, oh, you talk proper, you talk, you like a white girl. Oh, well, bro, I'm just really tired of water myself down to make other people comfortable. One thing I'm learning about life is that the people that surround me, if they don't love me for me, that's okay, because God's going to put the people around me that will love me for me, that won't want me to water down myself, that don't want me to change myself, that want me to just be who I am. And I need to learn to embrace those who love me instead of like being upset with people who don't love me all the way. Ooh. I just want to be me, authentically, genuinely, completely, just myself, and not feel bad. And it's not anyone's fault. So I don't want to make it like I'm pointing the finger and I'm blaming them. It's not anyone's fault. It's always been my fault. But I've never known what it was like to just be me. I mean, always be me, but like just completely be me without feeling no type of way, without nobody who cares what they got to say. And being genuinely like loving myself. Like I don't know what that's like. Growing up, I did not see that. I did not. I was sitting here thinking like, well, why don't you love yourself? I don't know what it means to love myself. I don't. Especially when you grow up and you always have people talking about your imperfections, and then you play them back in your head, and it's like, okay, I don't look like them, so I'm not pretty. I don't have a body like them, so don't nobody want me. So let's get into some more insecurities. If this video is too long, this video might be a little bit long, but it's all right, because I just want to be real. You know, a lot of times, a lot of men, they like curvy women, women like that got some type of body to them, that have like a chest or that have back. And a lot of times, especially growing up, women who have the bigger booties, that was what they wanted. Like, men wanted women that had bigger booties. Now, don't get it twisted. I've never had struggles in the area of men. I've always been able to date, and it's never like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never had issue pulling men. That's never been a problem for me. But I was insecure about my body because I don't have a butt. Like, my butt is little, okay? In some pants, it looks flat, okay? Paper, long back, something like that. And I used to be like, dang, like, certain guys ain't gonna want me because I don't have a butt. Like, I'll be walking past guys and they'll be staring at me, but when they see the back, I'll be like, they're gonna be like, nah, she ain't gonna butt. You know what I'm saying? I had insecurity about that, and then I had insecurity about my skin color. First of all, I love being my skin color, but I used to be in the sun and be like, I don't want to get too dark, because if I'm too dark, then I won't be attractive. Y'all, that's so sad, y'all. And then even how I think like that, and it doesn't mean that dark people are unattractive, because there are so many black people, like darker people than me, lighter people, they're beautiful, dog. They're beautiful. Like, they're beautiful. Like, I be seeing these like darker skinned women, gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's not the fact, I don't think darker is ugly. I think it's that I listen to what the society have said, and I go off like, oh, I'm insecure, bro. I've had a lot of insecurities. So it's like, I just feel like, oh, I won't be well, if I loved myself, if I completely loved who I was, if I completely loved the skin I'm in and everything that God has given me, I wouldn't even be having these thoughts. So this is why I'm making this video, because I have to start this journey on loving who God made me, inside and out, bro. And don't get it twisted. Like I said, I want to change my body. You know what I'm saying? I want to get in better shape than I am now. God didn't give me all this thickness. Food did. But I'm not lazy. I do work out. I'm very active. But when it comes to food, you have to be, when it comes to working out, you got to be serious about the food too. Like, you got to really, it's a lifestyle. You got to change your lifestyle. So, I'm in the process of that. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of expose my insecurities that I've had in the past, and why do I do certain things, and why do I feel like I have to change certain things about myself. So let's get into like women who get BBLs, or who get like lip surgery, or some of them get like surgery for their eyes to be like this, like they get face surgery, injections. And so I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I kind of judged them to a point, because I'm like, dang, why do y'all have to be so extreme and change so much of yourself? You were so beautiful. Or like, you didn't have to change. Like, maybe why didn't you just work out and do squats to get your butt bigger? Like, I was judging them. But I don't know what was going through those women's head. I don't know what they were thinking about. I don't know what they've been through in their past. I don't know if they've been made fun of all their life. I don't know if they're so insecure that they care about what everybody says, besides caring about what God says, or caring about themselves, what they believe about themselves. Now, some women, I know people who've gotten surgery, and some of them be like, I didn't do it because I'm insecure. However, there's some insecurity there, and I'm saying that because I got surgery too, or I got a breast reduction. I'm saying that because there is an insecurity there. If you got your butt bigger, you felt like the type of body that you had wasn't completely what you wanted it to be. You wasn't completely confident in who you was, so you changed something about yourself, right? You weren't completely confident. Or maybe you're doing it because everybody else did it. But there's a part of you on the inside that did it because a part of you feels like you wanted to change something about yourself. And so now I'm like, okay, I have a little bit more sympathy, I'm more empathetic towards the women who get surgeries, because I'm like, there's some within themselves where they feel like I had to change myself. And I don't think that this is talked about enough. I don't think that we talk about self-love, but do we go in detail about it? Is there insight? Because self-love is not just you taking care of the outside. Self-love is you taking care of the inside. Self-love is you reading books to expand your mind, or listening to books to expand your mind. Self-love is speaking positive over yourself. Self-love is believing that you are somebody. Self-love is being okay with your hair texture, being okay with the way that your eyes are and the color of your eyes, being okay with your teeth, being okay, like you're cool with it, you're confident, even if nobody else thinks that you look good. This is a question I had to ask myself earlier. If everybody in the world was like, you are ugly and don't think that I'm beautiful, would I still believe it? Would I still believe I'm beautiful if nobody else thought so? I don't know. Because I get a lot of compliments. I do get a lot of attention. I do. And I'm going to say it because I'm humble. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, look at me, baddest one in the room. I'm not like that. I'm humble. But I do get a lot of attention. So I'm like, well, if I didn't get all this attention, would I still think I'm beautiful? And that's where that's where I want to start. I want to believe that I'm beautiful without nobody having to tell me. I want to be confident in my hair. I want to be confident in my skin. I want to be confident in my characteristics and my personality. I don't want to water myself down. And that's what I think self-love is you get into the roots of who you are and being okay with who you are, despite of what anybody else says. I'm sure there's more to it. Like I said, I told you I don't really know all that much about it. I'm sure there's more to it. But that's just that little part that I was thinking about. But if you are watching this and you feel like you don't love yourself or you feel insecure, I just want you to know, please start doing the work. You can ask God, Lord, reveal to me what it is that I need to work on. Help me to get to the root of these issues. Where did this start at? Why do I feel this way? What does it mean to love myself? And begin to work on that. Because if you don't work on loving yourself, that one trait will pass down to everything in your life, even dating. I'm sorry, I'm everywhere, but when it pops up, I talk about it. So even like dating, I remember like when I was still dating, and when I was still in the dating scene and I was like in a relationship, I realized that I changed myself. I changed parts about myself to make myself fit in with the man I was with. And I did that with every person I was with. Why? Because I didn't love myself. So I felt like, okay, like I need to be like this so that way he, likes me. I need to be like that so he likes me. I need to look like this so he likes me. I had a situationship. He was not my boyfriend. I had a situationship with this guy like last year, 2021. And he's black, but he would always talk negative about black women. And I would tell him like, well, why are you dating me if you don't like your own kind? Like, what? I don't get it. And so like I would get my hair done. And I wear a scarf, I wear a bonnet to protect my hair, and he would like, you can't lay down with me if you got a scarf on. Like, he don't like the smell of like natural products. Like he felt like, like my hair, like how it is right now, he felt like this is too short, like this is too short for him, like he can't date nobody. Like this is the stuff he would say. And I used to like, I would get my hair done a certain way because I don't want him to like not want me around. Like I used to like, y'all know when we get our hair braided, we put a scarf on. I would not put a scarf on after I got my hair braided because he didn't want me to. He basically didn't want me to lay in the bed with him if I had a scarf on. And I watered myself down for that man. And now that I'm sitting here thinking like, honey, if you don't work on your self-love, all this insecurity traits is going to trickle on down. Even when it comes to jobs, you'll end up settling for jobs because you feel like, oh, I'm not enough and I'm only good enough for this. No, we have to think highly of ourselves. We have to think more highly of ourselves. When it comes to jobs, you don't have to settle. When it comes to relationships, you don't have to settle. When it comes to friendships, you don't have to settle. When it comes to the way you dress, you don't have to settle. You do not have to settle. We do not. So many times we're so used to settling. We're maybe you come from poverty and you just happy to just have what you have, you know, what you already got, you're cool, you're grateful, that's cool. But still, you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for anyone mistreating you or talking down to you. You don't have to settle. Y'all, I'm 27 and I'm just now getting it. And if I could just take what I'm learning and give to somebody, it would be, hey baby, you got to learn to love yourself, and you are enough. You are enough. If you ain't enough for the people that's around you, then maybe they ain't the right people that's supposed to be in your space. Because listen, you're gonna have oppression. You're gonna have people come against you. You're gonna have people telling you that you probably gonna tell you that you're ugly. But people telling you that your body ain't shaped right. They're gonna tell you that your teeth need some fixing. Whatever. Just know this: if you want to work on your body, work on your body. If you want to fix your teeth, fix your teeth. You know, you can straighten your teeth. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to look better. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you ain't doing it because of insecurity. No, make sure you're not doing it because you don't love yourself. Make sure you're doing it because, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to look this way. This is the way I want to look. But make sure you really truly love yourself, despite of what's on the outside. That you really truly love who you are, and you don't have to change who you are for nobody. But don't get it misconstrued. We all have to evolve. So if you have some negative characteristics or some negative habits, yes, you should change. But I'm saying, like, just being who you are. And it's, you know, it's sad. But I'm glad that I've come to this point where I see there's a problem, and now I'm going to work on it. You know, we can't depend on people to hype us up. We can't depend on people to love us. We got to do all this within ourselves first. So if you're single, take this time to figure out what it means to love yourself. Take this time to really improve on your mentality. Take this time to improve your credit. Take this time to stack your bread. Take this time to really get to know who you are. To really get to molding and shaping. If there's bad habits, breaking them bad habits, creating new ones, trying new things, really, building up who you are. If you're not single, still take the time to self-evaluate. Take the time to work on you, on your mindset, on who you are. Don't be so busy and so consumed that you don't have no time for you. We always, you ever hear, when you're a Christian, you make sure that you make time for God. You make time for God first, because He's the source, and He made you, and He's going to show you who you are. Then you make time for yourself. I don't care if you have to tell 3 people no. Hey, next week I can't do it. I don't want to go out to eat. Take the time, the necessary time for yourself. Even if you're just driving, listen to some podcasts that talk about self-love, and that talk about uplifting yourself. That talk about where you can gain knowledge and gain wisdom. I believe a part of self-love is building up who you are on the inside, building up your character, and truly being cool with who you are, and not trying to be like nobody else, not feeling like you have to be like anybody else, not feeling like you have to change yourself to fit in, but being cool with who you are. I know this was long, but I had to get it out, and I had to keep it real with y'all. And I truly pray, and hope that this helps some of you guys, and maybe expose yourself. Maybe you had an epiphany yourself and realized some things that you need to work on. If you haven't already, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Please like the video, because it helps with the algorithm. More of these videos will pop up. But subscribe to the channel if you want to continue to grow in your journey and learn more about Christ, learn more about life, learn more about growing. Like, I'm growing with y'all. And but a lot of it is more about God and walking with God, and the walk with Christ, and the things that we deal with in this life. Also, I have a reaction channel, so you guys can subscribe to that, which will be in the description below. I love you guys. God bless y'all. Stay tuned.